Hello everybody, welcome. It is Thursday night and this is Wreath Decor by Dawn. I am Dawn. Come on in, say hello, and tell me where you're watching from if you're new to my page. Be sure to give it a like and a follow. Alright, so tonight we're going to make a dog paw out of the grapevine wreaths. I don't know if you've seen them before or not. This is a 14-inch grapevine, and then we're going to use these smaller 6-inch grapevines for the paw pads. So those will go at the top. We're going to do that. Then we're going to make a bow for it. So I am making things for my show at the end of the month. So I'm going to put a couple of these I sold last time. So I'm going to put a couple of these in my show, my craft show. And I'm going to show you a couple different ones that I've gotten here. So this one came from Michael's. Theirs seem to be a little cleaner than others. The only problem I have with theirs, the ones I've gotten this year, is they're like this side's really thick, this side's really thin kind of thing. And then some of them are not really shaped nicely. So I have two of them tonight. If we have time, we'll do both. Hey, Betty Jane. But if not, we'll just do the one. So now there's two different places you can get these little ones. I'm going to tell you what to do. All right, Michael's carries these all year long, and Hobby Lobby might too. To be honest with you, I've never really looked to see if they have them all year. I'm sure they do. My Hobby Lobby does not have a huge selection of grapevines. They're always out of grapevines, so it's just easier for me to get them at Michael's. So I have these that I got at Michael's. They're like 99 cents. I'm pretty sure they were 99 cents. So 99 cents or $1.99. I think they were 99 cents. But anyway, these are really thin. You can see how, let me zoom in so you guys can see better. Right there. All right, so these are really thin if you look at them. They're wrapped maybe 5 or 6 times, and that's it. They're all 6-inch. But if you get these at Christmas time, they have these in the Christmas section at Hobby Lobby. You can get 4 of them for $5.99, and then you get the 50% off or 45% off, whatever it is, 40% off. So they're actually cheaper than getting the ones at Michael's. Theirs are thicker. Let me show you. Undo this. But they come in this little thing like this with them wrapped with twine. Now, they're still thin, but not as thin. I'll show you the difference. So here's a Hobby Lobby one, and here's a Michael's. So if you look at them, you can definitely tell the difference. But they're both the same size, 6-inch. So these are the ones I used to buy before knowing that you could get these. So buy them up, and they always seem to have a ton of these left after Christmas because nobody buys them up. So I just go and buy them all up when they have them left over and save them. And they're cheaper. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So these are the ones up from Michael's. We're going to use those. So I've cleaned this up and I've cut it down. Cleaned up all the pieces on it. You want to find the best side so that it doesn't scratch the door or wall or wherever they want to put it. So this side, like I said, is a little higher than this side. It's a little fuller on this side than that side, but that's all right. We're going to keep it like this. I need to cut these little tags off. So you can do you can use this wire here. I can't remember what it's called. It's a thick wire. It's not bind wire. This is bind wire here. It comes on a roll. Yeah, we're supposed to have them all this week, but we keep getting missed. I know Fayetteville's getting them though. But anyway, this is a thicker wire. It's a heavier gauge wire. The bind wire is a thinner wire, and it's coated in paper, and it comes on a roll like this. If you ever get a roll, pull from the center. Don't ever try to unwind it. You'll regret it. But then this heavier wire here, it's a lot stronger, but it's harder to wrap it around. So what I do is I use zip ties, and I get them to go in between the grapevines. Then I take the bind wire and I wrap it around a couple of times to cover up anything showing of the zip tie. It just makes it easier, and it seems like it's sturdier for me. You can do it however you want if you do one. Okay, so again, this is a 14-inch. I cleaned it up. It's from Michael's. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with putting the paw on. Now, we want 4 of these for a dog paw, like that. Some people put them off to the side, some people put them straight up and down. I like to go a little off the side. So this is how the wreath would sit, and then the paw would be, paw pads, or paw prints, whatever you want to call them, would be a little off to the side. Okay? So that's how we're going to do this one. So let me move those for a second. We're going to just start with one at a time. And you want to just take it and find the fullest or biggest branch inside. It'd probably be better if I did it this way. Let me see. I'm going to put my zip tie through here. The less it shows, the better, or, you know, and the less work you'll have to do covering it up. But it just makes it a little bit stronger. I did the wire before, and it works fine, but I don't, you know, I didn't have that great of strength in my hands, so I can't get the wire as tight. All right, so we're going to go up in here. Nope, I want you down here. It's a matter of just guiding this zip tie where you want it, really. There we go. And then I'm going to zip tie it. It shouldn't be this hard to do. And then your zip tie you can tuck inside the grapevine. You know, it's not going to show. Now, if you had brown zip ties, you could just do that and be done with it. You don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. You're going to put a bow, maybe some greenery, maybe a sign, something like that on it. So it's going to end up being covered anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Mine is only going to have a bow and a and maybe some greenery, and that's it. All right, so when you get the next one, you want to zip tie it not only to the big frame, but you want to zip tie them together. That'll just help make them sturdier. Hello. We're going to go right here. And there's a little gap there, so that makes it easy. So now I'm going through the 2 small pieces over here, side by side. I'm zip tying these together. There we go. You have 2 at the end of the month. Yeah, I don't normally do them in the summertime because it's just too hot here. But, you know, I couldn't pass it up. And it sales, you know, hopefully. So, but it's, you know, a new, it's not new. It's a new event for me. So I thought I'd give it a try and see what comes of it. And the way that sales have been lately, you know, I could really use it. So a fair and a craft show, yeah. All right, see, I should have planned this a little better because right here is where these are. I can always cut them out of my way though. All right, so here is the actual vine that connects everything together, keeps everything together. I'm going to try and work around it. Let's do this. We'll do this first. I hope y'all can see, so let me know if you can't see anything. Trying to go in between here. There we go. And then we're going to go in between here where there's a gap. All right, so there we go. Now these are going to, you know, they'll move. It's not a big deal. Once they hang it up, it's not going anywhere. So it's going to be slightly to the side. So let me hold it up and show you. It'll be like this. We'll put a hanger on the back right here so they know where to hang it. Now if they wanted, they could hang it like this. They just have to move the hanger themselves. All right, so there's that. Let's make a bow. All right, so I've got black and white. I've got the natural with the black and white tans. I've got the browns, and then I've got the reds. All right, so this one has dog bones. This one has paw prints, and then this one has all varieties of puppy dogs. So I think I'm going to do this one first. Let's do that one. That one. I like that one. It just reminds me of Dalmatians. And that one. Yeah, let's do those. Hey Debbie, how are you? Can y'all see okay? So I'm not going to do the bind wire right now. I'm just going to make the bow and put it on there. I like this one here. This is they call it a cabana stripe. So I'm going to do about a 12-inch tail. I'm going to do 5.5-inch loops. This is a nice thick one here. Sims is having their floral show in September, and I'm already starting my list. But I'm probably going to have to make a trip before then. Alright, so I'm going to do 4 loops, 2 on each side. And these are, again, 5.5 inches. I prefer a 5.5 as compared to a 6. That's just my preference. I don't know why, it just seems to make a difference to me. Some people say they don't see a difference, but I do. Hey Stu, how are you? That's my nephew Stuart. He lives down in South Carolina. These thicker ones, it's hard to get these pins back in here. Oh, I saw it said breast cancer on my thing, and I'm like, what? It's the stars thing. Any stars that I receive, I donate to charity, that money. For each star that you send us, we get a penny per star. And at the end of the year, I will donate that to a charity of my choice. And my charity this year is called Michelle's Place. It is a place in California that helps people with breast cancer, and actually all cancers now. They've expanded, but they helped my sister when she was going through her cancer ordeal. And we'd like to give back to them whenever we can. So that's what that is down at the bottom where it says that about the stars. So if you know, Facebook allows you to purchase stars and give them to designers and that. So that's where mine go. I don't keep that money for myself. It goes to them. Alright, so I'm doing 1 loop on each side with this one. Now we're going to do the little puppy dogs. And this one I will do 4 loops, total of 4, 2 on each side. And this is going to be slightly smaller, so about 4 inches. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you guys are having a good week. I asked in the very beginning if any of y'all have business pages. Has your page been changed over to the new setup that Facebook has rolled out? It's a little annoying if you ask me, but I'm slowly learning it. I just don't like it. They're going to be changing everyone over. So if you do have a business page and nothing has changed yet, it's coming. So brace yourselves. All right, there we go. It's got all the little puppy dogs on there. All right, we're going to finish it off with the Dalmatian looking one. And this actually does have the bow maker. No, the bow maker is not something I made. It's something I purchased years ago before I started doing this. And ended up never using, put it in a closet. And then when I started doing this, I actually bought a different bow maker that everyone was using. And then I saw people starting to use this and I thought, that looks familiar. I think I have one of those. And found it in my closet and dug it out. I actually had it signed by the maker. I met her at one of my retreats. This is like one of the second ones I think she made. Her first one I think was the red one. Has the red on it instead of the blue, I think. The bow maker is an easy bow maker. And you can get that from Easy Crafts. I think it's easycrafts.com. But this is an easy bow maker. Alright, let's grab some zip ties. These are 11-inch zip ties. I'll show you this here, the bow maker. If you can see it up close there. Oh, the light's shining on it, sorry. And I will say, if you buy one, these, now mine are probably glued in. I probably glued them in years ago, I don't know. But you do have to pound them in. Even when you think they're all the way in, they're not. You need to pound them all the way in. And I mean, really bang them in there. Because they do kind of loosen up, you know, as you use them. And please put that small peg in the front. If yours comes with that and it needs it, put it in there because it helps to hold these in. And it's also to make smaller little like hair bows and stuff. But all right, so we pulled that off of there. We've got the zip tie in that little channel, and I'm going to turn this around so that the locking part of the zip tie is on the back. I want to try and keep everything in place without messing up my bow. And now we're going to take a black smaller zip tie. These are 8-inch. And I'm going to put this underneath here, go underneath that zip tie. This is what we're going to use to zip tie it to the frame of the wreath. And then we're going to fluff our bow. All right, so we're going to fluff this out. Hi, Denise. So it's tightened enough to I can move all this around and not worry about my bow coming apart. But it's not too tight that I can't adjust anything I need to. But once I make sure everything's where I want it, I don't have a fluff box. I keep saying I'm going to have my husband make me one, but he doesn't have time right now. I might need to get Susan to make me one. Not like she has more time than he does, but... Hi, Michelle. Alright, what did I do with my little clippers? There they are. Alright, so we cut that off. We're left with our black zip tie. And we're going to use that to put on the wreath. Alright, so now you have to decide where you want to put your bow. You can put your bow up here. You can put your bow down here. You can put it off to the side. Wherever you want to put it. I am going to put this one right here. And the reason I'm doing that is because there are several of these thicker grapevines that are going around, that are wrapped around inside of here. So the thicker ones are going to hold this better than those thinner ones are. I would be afraid the thinner ones might break or something. Not that I've ever had that happen, but let me get my pliers so I can grab that. But you know, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't want anybody calling me up and saying that, you know, their thing broke. Even if it is just a bow, it's still part of the wreath. Has to be on there right. Alright, we're going to get that tight. And then we're going to turn this. There we go. Just a little bit. I'm going to hold it up for you in just a second here. I want to make sure it's in the right place. And then we'll cut down our little tails. Let me make sure this is on there right enough. Yeah, there we go. All right, get rid of that. And like I said, I'm going to put some greenery in here, so I'm not real worried about the center of my bow. We'll dovetail these. If they're too long, you can cut them off. I'm not measuring, I'm just cutting them randomly. Anybody have any plans for the weekend? I'm going to be working probably. We have to do a setup and make sure that my stuff is good to go for the end of the month. When we did our last show, we had high winds and it kind of bent the frame of the canopy that we used, but my husband fixed it. But we need to make sure that it's still good. Otherwise, I have to go buy a new canopy. Yeah, these, I think I'm going to cut those two down a little bit. All right, there's that. All right, so I have these. These are just called berry bush. It's got the little white berries on the ends of it, and then I also have these eucalyptus. I think I'm going to use the eucalyptus, and then I also have the smaller boxwood right here. Yeah, that's the boxwood. I also have these smaller boxwood. Like that. And these are all picks. They come in little packs. I get them from the wholesaler. Alright, so we're going to use this eucalyptus, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. Let me get this out of the way. I have no room. Everything's just kind of taken over here. One of these days, I swear, one of these days. Alright, so I got my little glue skillet going over here. I put the link up to that a couple of days. It's on my business page. Let me see how much I want to cut this down. Alright, just stay there, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to cut these down a little bit. Now, I will go back with the bind wire and do that, wrap that around it. I mean, you guys don't really want to sit here and watch me do that, do you? It's just a matter of taking that paper covered wire and wrapping it around to cover up the zip ties. That's it. That's all I'm going to do with it. Alright, so I'm putting some in there. I'm filling the bow in all around. I want to see that green all around. That one's not as full. That one's not as full. What happened? These are not full. Why is that not as full? All right, we're going to take a couple of these apart and we're going to put some in between our loops. So the nice thing about this is it comes in little sections that you can pull off. And you can cut these apart or you can leave them. There's 3 stems on each one. I am going to cut it off and just leave 2. And then we'll use the others for fill-in. So a nice little decorated bow. I want that there, or do I want that there? I'm going to put it there. So all total in this, we probably have, let's say I paid $5.99, I think, for the 14-inch. They weren't on sale. Michael's does. I don't think they really put theirs on sale. But if you can get them cheaper than that, you know, grab them while they're on sale. The smaller ones work better, especially if you're shipping. The 18-inch is really hard to ship because once you add these little 6-inch paws on here, you know, that's a pretty big box you're going to have to use. So you got to figure shipping on that. So the 14-inch actually works better if you're going to ship them and sell them in your shop. All right. Now we're going to put one down in the center, and that's going to cover our zip tie. If I can move it. How did glue get on there? Right there. We're going to put one right in the middle. There we go. So there's the black one, and then I'll do another one in like the red, one in the brown, and that way they can choose whichever color they want. So I bought 3 of these, and then I have a bunch of these already. So there we go. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Be kind to one another, and I will see you guys next week. If not before, I will see you on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, okay? Thank you, Susan, for helping. I love you. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.